Since 1982, Bangkok's Chinatown has been well known for its diverse Thai Chinese history, its amazing street food and bustling streets. But if you find yourself wandering up and down Yaowarat Road without knowing what you're doing or where to go, then this is a video for you. I spent just over 2 weeks traveling Bangkok, and a lot of that time was spent exploring and eating my way through its Chinatown. So we're going to take a short break in the Vietnam vlogs, and I'm going to give you 13 things that you need to do in Bangkok's Chinatown. Alright, we're going to start this list off with a strong one. So Wat Mangkon is a Buddhist temple that can be found in Chinatown, very, very close to the MRT station of the same name. It's one of the largest and most important Chinese Buddhist temples in the city and is largely thought to be one of the most unique and beautiful temples in Bangkok. Built in the late 19th century, it's very well known for its distinct Chinese architecture and its mix of Chinese and Thai elements. The temple's main hall is decorated with intricate carvings and colourful glass mosaic, and is adorned with statues of the Buddha and many Chinese and Thai deities. We actually went on the 8th day of Chinese New Year and it was absolutely packed. There was a ceremony going on. I have no idea if usually you need to walk down these corridors and follow the crowds the way we did. I don't know if this alleyway is here all year round or if it's just here for Chinese New Year. Might be here when you come, it might not be. And I don't know if you usually have to pay for it either, because when we went, no one asked for a payment upon entry. We just followed the crowd, went in, saw loads of people praying, giving offerings, and we actually got out there pretty quick because it was that busy. But anyway, you might have to pay, you might not. I don't know what it's like in off season, but it's definitely worth adding to your itinerary. Built in 1999, the China Gate, aka the King's Birthday Arch, is a staple in Chinatown and a great place for a photo opportunity. So you can find the arch at the western entrance of Chinatown, and the gate is decorated with traditional Chinese symbols and is a popular spot for local and tourists alike. The arch was built to signify the Chinese community's loyalty to King Bhumibol of Thailand, and it's a great place to start your Chinatown tour and get a sense of the neighborhood, especially as it's found right at the end of Yaowarat Road. So literally just across the road from the China Gate, there are 2 more things on this list that you can go and do. Wat Traimit is another popular temple to visit, but unfortunately both times I was in the area, it was already closed, so I didn't get the chance to go inside. So according to Google, this temple is home to the largest gold statue of Buddha in the world, weighing over 5 tons. For this reason, Wat Traimit is actually also known as the Temple of the Gold Buddha and is a popular pilgrimage destination for very dedicated Buddhists. The temple is open daily until 5 p.m. and entry is around 100 baht, or at least that's what it said online, so it's definitely worth adding to your list of things to do when you're in Chinatown. And side note, number 4 on this list is the Chinese Heritage Center, which is inside Wat Traimit, so you get to go in with the same ticket, and is a place where you can learn about all of the heritage and history of Chinatown in Bangkok. So this one is a fun one actually. There's a place called Sampeng Lane Market, and this used to be the high street for Chinatown many years ago, but now it's just turned into a string of lanes with tons and tons of shops lining them and just deals and things to see absolutely everywhere. Within these narrow alleyways and the huge maze of shops, you can find things from electronics all the way to Chinese traditional herbal medicine. So again, take this with a grain of salt because I just found it online, but apparently back in the day, these lanes actually used to be full of brothels and opium dens, and honestly, walking around, you can see why, and I think I believe it. In these alleyways, some of them are so thin that you can actually reach out with both arms and almost touch both sides, making it feel like a little world of its own. The market is a perfect place to find unique and local products, so if you're looking to find some presents to take home to the family after your holiday, then this could be the place for you. It's also the great place for a bargain, so get those negotiating pants on because you don't want to get ripped off and you want to get the best deal for both parties. So besides Wat Traimit and Wat Mangkon, there's actually one more temple on this list that I think you should go and visit, and that is Wat Mangkol. Don't get it confused with Wat Mangkon, the last letter is different. So the name of this temple actually translates into Dragon Lotus Temple, and here you'll find Confucianist, Buddhist and Taoist shrines that date back to 1872. Wat Mangkol is actually dedicated to the Chinese god of prosperity and is a popular spot for locals to come and make offerings in the hopes of prosperity in the future. Honestly, this temple is so easy to reach, it's like 250 meters away from Wat Mangkon temple in the opposite direction of Wat Mangkon. But also, honestly, it's not much there, to be completely honest with you. It's beautiful to see. If you've got the time, definitely go. It's free entry. It's open to, I think, about 6 p.m. But if you don't have time and you have other things you want to do first, definitely don't make Wat Mangkol your priority. But on the flip side, one place that is absolutely beautiful is Romaneenart Park. Hang on. Romaneenart Park. So this park is actually found on the eastern side of Chinatown. It's a great place to come and relax and escape the busyness of Yaowarat Road. So here you can find a Chinese garden with a pond that's completely full of koi fish, and it's a great place to escape the hustle and bustle and find some tranquility that can be very difficult to find in Bangkok sometimes. Bring a picnic, make it a date with a loved one or someone you've just met on Tinder, and even make a family day out. Why the hell not? This park is absolutely beautiful. So there's also a huge playground, some basketball courts and a Chinese style pavilion, and enough things to keep the kids occupied for hours. So interestingly, and this one's one for the history buffs, this park was actually built on the site of the old town prison. And you can still see remnants of this around in the walls that surround the park, the old prison walls, and there's these big towers around that you could imagine back in the day there was the security or the wardens up in the tower making sure everything is safe. Probably. So if you're looking for a glimpse into the history of Chinatown, then this next alley is the place for you. I've got to look at this. This is called Trok Issaranuphap. Wait, let me try that again. This is called Trok Issaranuphap. And this alley connects Yaowarat Road to Chalermkrung Road, which is the road that you can find Wat Mangkon, and is lined with traditional shop houses, making it a popular spot for photo opportunities. It's a great place to get a sense of what Chinatown in Bangkok looked like in the past and how it's modernized over the years. While you're here, make sure to check out the many wet markets you'll see up and down the alleyway, and the multitude of food options as well that you can just never get enough of. Trok Issaranuphap is also home to a number of traditional Chinese businesses such as gold shops, Chinese medicine shops and others, making it a great place to learn more about the Chinese community in Bangkok. So number 9 on the list is going to be the first of 2 shrines, and we're going to go visit Guan Yu Shrine, which is found on the road just off of the main Chinatown road, Yaowarat. So this shrine is dedicated to the Chinese deity Guan Yu, who is revered as the god of loyalty and bravery and righteousness in Chinese folklore and religion. Guan Yu is also worshipped as the patron saint of soldiers, merchants, and actors, and it's renowned for its ornate and colourful design, which is typical of Chinese temple architecture. Again, we actually went during a Chinese New Year event, so when we went it was pretty busy. When you go, it may be a lot less busy than this. But the shrine is open daily and the entrance is free, which makes it a perfect budget option to add to your Chinatown itinerary. Okay, we reached double digits. Number 10 on the list, we are going to talk about street food. So Bangkok and just generally Thailand as a whole is well renowned for its street food, and that is no different in Chinatown. At night, Yaowarat Road becomes a street food hotspot and is lined with street vendors selling everything from traditional Chinese sweets to savoury snacks and even some more unusual things, or at least to a Western palate. Coupled with the food, there are red Chinese lanterns absolutely everywhere and huge nighttime crowds, which create a bustling, high-energy atmosphere that you should not miss. So Chinese street food is famous around the world, and at Yaowarat Road at night you can find a variety of food that represents different regions in China. And some of these must-try street foods include seafood skewers. You should note that seafood is a specialty in this area, fried tofu and Chinese dumplings. So make sure if you go there at night that you are hungry, because you're going to want to eat a lot, and it's so affordable and cheap because it's street food. Let's move on to the final temple on this list, and if I do say so myself, it's probably one of the most unique ones, and you must visit it if you go to Chinatown. So Wat Chakrawat is also known as the Crocodile Temple, and there's a reason for that. This temple is home to a number of large crocodiles, which gives it its nickname, and it's considered a sacred site by the local Chinese community.
This is a big ass crocodile.
And we went there at the right time, but if you're there at 5 p.m. in the evening, you can go and watch the monks feed the crocodiles. The monks actually consider this a good deed that will bring them luck in the future. And here's a fun fact for you. Back in 2020, one of the male crocs called Fongdan managed to escape the temple. But don't worry, because it only took a few days to find him and get him home again. Besides these reptilian residents, Wat Chakrawat boasts some magnificent 19th century architecture such as the Buddha's footprint and the new installments like the Buddha's shadow. It's open daily, and this truly unique temple is another free temple to enter in Chinatown. Turns out Chinatown's not that expensive to go sightseeing. Okay, moving on to number 12, which is one of my favorites on this list actually, because I really enjoy these type of cultural shows. So if you're looking for an incredibly unique cultural experience in Chinatown, head to Sala Chalermkrung Theatre to watch a Kohn performance. This traditional show includes singing, dancing and acrobats, and is a great way to learn about the Chinese and Thai culture. So Kohn performances are not actually very common in Bangkok, so this is a great opportunity to go and see one in action. The show starts with a multitude of dance routines showing the fashion and different dances of different areas in Thailand across different periods of time. The second half is a full story-based dance about the gods and love. It's only 25 minutes long, and we paid 500 baht for a ticket, which I thought it was a bit expensive for 25 minutes, but nonetheless I really enjoyed it. Like I said previously, I love these type of cultural dances and shows, and I always try to make sure to go to them. And not to mention, Sala Chalermkrung Theatre itself is actually an incredibly noteworthy historic building. It was built in 1933, and the periodic fittings have been maintained incredibly well. So keep an eye out for the brass fittings, the red velvet carpet and the old sepia old-timey photos. So for your information, the performances happen 3 times a day at 1 p.m, at 2:30 p.m, which is the one we went to, and one at 4 p.m. So make sure to schedule in advance and book your tickets, or you can try and just turn up and get tickets on the day like we did. We turned up maybe 25 minutes before the performance and we had no issues managing to pick up tickets. Okay, so finally number 13 on the list, but don't click off afterwards because I do have some bonus places that I didn't manage to go to, but I'll let you know they're there to visit. Really close to the China Gate and Wat Traimit is the Kuan Yin Shrine, and is a beautiful Chinese temple dedicated to the Chinese deity Kuan Yin, who is revered as the goddess of compassion and mercy in Taoism and Buddhism, and you can find her 900-year-old statue atop the altar inside. The temple is adorned with intricate carvings, making it beautifully impressive. The Kuan Yin Shrine is a popular spot for locals to make offerings and pray for good fortune and health, so expect to be surrounded by the smell of incense. The temple is also known for its peaceful atmosphere, so it is a great way to escape the busy streets of Chinatown, but make sure to be respectful of the religious and cultural customs of the temple. You should dress modestly and remove your shoes before entering. But despite being peaceful, it can also be a very popular destination to visit, so be prepared for crowds. There may be crowds, especially during any Chinese holidays. Okay, so before I finish, I just wanted to give a couple of extra bonus places that I didn't manage to get to myself. So the first one is a 170-year-old Hokkien Chinese mansion. It's called Sao Heng Thai, and it's found actually a little bit further away from Chinatown than most of the other things. We did go there once to check it out, but we got there at 5:45 and it closes at 6 p.m, so we didn't manage to get in. But instead I managed to get one little video sneaking the camera through into the mansion. Apparently there's a really unique swimming pool inside that's cool to see, that sometimes they actually rent out for dive training. Whatever floats your boat. And online it says at blue hour the lanterns come on and it looks absolutely beautiful, but I find that hard to see because blue hour's past the point of it closing. So maybe that's a different time in year, I don't know. Entrance into this mansion is free, but you are expected to buy something at the coffee shop inside as a sort of like a donation, which I think is fair, so add it to your list. So the next place we actually tried to go into as well, but when we got there it was already fully booked and packed out. It's a bar next to Sao Heng Thai called Ban Rim Nam. So this bar is pretty cool. It's found right next to the river, which makes it a perfect place for sunset. And all of the tables are low to the floor, which means you take your shoes off and you go sit cross-legged at the tables, which is a complete vibe. I do recommend stopping by here for a drink or maybe even bringing a date, but definitely book in advance because like I said, we turned up at sunset and it was already completely full. Personally, I absolutely loved exploring Bangkok's Chinatown, and whether you're looking to try new food, experience the culture or find some unique souvenirs, Bangkok's Chinatown has something for everyone. So take a stroll through the streets, explore all the temples, but most importantly, make sure you try a ton of that delicious, delicious street food. If you enjoyed this or you found it useful, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.